Well, we got the big performance running clinic coming next Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. here at the farm. So leading up to that, I want to talk about some running issues or kind of popular topics. And one thing that we really pride ourselves on, which is part of our biomechanics assessment, is the gait analysis. And I've been reading a lot of different blogs and forums. Obviously, my two sports that I work a lot with are golf and running. And somebody kind of correlated looking at a runner's gait as looking at a golfer's swing. So working with the kind of team setting, I would never do a golf swing analysis. I might look at how somebody swings just to see how that applies to general biomechanics. But I'm not a swing coach, I'm not a golf pro, so I'd never look at a golf swing. So why am I looking at somebody run? It's a pretty good question. Well, the reason I look at somebody run is that running is an innate human ability which is completely dependent on normal biomechanics. So in my opinion, I don't think there's anybody better than somebody like myself, not just me, but anybody who is a movement expert, very well versed in human biomechanics, to look at those issues and address any issues that come up in a gait analysis. Now, when we talk about gait analysis, we have to break that down because I would say maybe higher than 90% of gait analysis that occur in a lab setting, a physical therapist's office, chiropractor, whoever it be, is going to be on a treadmill. And there are different types of treadmills that can make a little bit of difference, but at the end of the day, gait analysis on a treadmill is worth zero. So when we run on a treadmill, it's really testing basically our lower extremities' ability to place themselves back underneath the body as the treadmill pulls them back, and then we have to reflex to that, rather than using what we call kind of the shortening stretch cycle to wind up the elastic ability of our ligaments and tendons to recoil and propel us forward. So it's two completely different things to go run out on the street or the trail versus run on a treadmill. So that's when we have people come out to the farm, we run on this neat little gauntlet, which is a sidewalk, and we video that, and through that analysis I can take away so much versus fancy, putting all the markers on somebody, putting them up on a treadmill for 60 minutes, wearing them out and watching them run. Is there some merit to that? Yeah, absolutely, but watching somebody run in a natural environment where they're having to, load through gravity and propulse themselves forward is completely different. So when we look at a gait analysis, a couple things we're looking at is, head to toe, we're looking at the way the body's going to move and how it's reacting to the ground. But I'm going to just talk about one thing real quick and then we'll wrap it up because we'll go into detail at the Performance Running Clinic next Wednesday. And if you haven't registered, go online and register today at chirofarm.com. But one thing I want to talk about is foot placement because everybody's, forefoot, heel strike, midfoot. Well, there's a ton of research that can debate, midfoot versus forefoot versus rear foot as far as running economy and power output. But from a biomechanical standpoint, we do want the foot to land directly under the knee, which should be really directly under the hip. Now, it's not just about the forefoot or midfoot hitting underneath in that position, it's how it reacts out of that position. So does it make sense that I can actually run like this and all of this is the exact same? Or I could run like this and my forefoot is still going to be underneath? Now it's the angle that I'm running that changes as my upper body reacts to how my foot lands. And I know you might be saying, oh, wait, slow down, what was that? The amount of dorsiflexion or knee over foot motion that I get in my ankle determines how my upper body reacts to the ground. So in my opinion, ankle dorsiflexion is one of the most important things, not just to runners, but all athletes, but to runners in particular, because that's going to dictate how your upper body responds. And we all know, or any of the runners are kind of familiar with that kind of forward lean is what we need. So gravity is actually assisting us instead of resisting us from moving forward. So it all starts with the ankle. So we'll go over all sorts of techniques and really break down how much movement's needed, different mobility drills, and then different kind of maybe internal and external cues to clean up some of the foot, ankle, and then rest of the body mechanics in that running clinic. I just wanted to start talking about a few of those issues, and I'll do a video every day now leading up to the Performance Running Clinic to kind of get everybody up to speed, no pun intended, for the Performance Running Clinic. So I look forward to seeing everybody next Wednesday at 6:30.